Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. This video is a quick how-to on how I made this couture Christmas dress. This is the first YouTube video I've ever made, so I hope you enjoy. So first things first, I started out with a fashion sketch. I used a raw silk fabric. Next, I pinned the dress lines I wanted for the dress onto my dress form. I wanted a subtle sweetheart neckline and a low back. Here, I'm cutting out muslin fabric. Muslin is the practice fabric that I used to make my first mock-up of the dress. I ironed the muslin so that when I started draping on the dress form, there wouldn't be wrinkles in the fabric. So here I'm just pinning the fabric to the dress form to see how it drapes. I wanted the bodice to be fitted, so I pinned it pretty tightly to the dress. Here, I'm just looking at my design, making sure everything looks even. It's good to look at it from different angles. Afterwards, I drafted a pattern and sewed up my dress in muslin twice. This is the final muslin mock-up. I cut the dress out in the final fabric as well as the lining fabric. It took me a couple days to cut it all out. Here, I'm just pinning the skirt together before I take it to the machine to sew it all up together. As you can tell, I'm pretty happy with it. Here's the completed skirt and the completed skirt lining. I assembled and sewed the bodice next. The white iridescent fabric you see is silk organza. I basted silk organza to each bodice pattern piece to add a little more weight and structure. One of the more annoying but more important parts of sewing is pressing. You must press every seam you sew so it lays correctly. I use a silk organza pressing cloth to protect the fabric of the dress and because I can see through it. At this point, I pinned together the bodice to the skirt and sewed the dress all together. Next, I assembled the lining in the same way. Finally, I finished the dress by hemming it together by hand. I waxed my thread with this thread magic stuff. I use a catch stitch to sew the hem. Here's my dress right after I hemmed it. After I did that, I hemmed the lining and sewed on the velvet ribbon. And voila, here's the completed dress. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.